Hi guys, and welcome back to Foodie Family. So today we are going to be making Rice Krispie Treats out of leftover Peeps that you might have laying around the house. We are going to be using blue and yellow Peeps today. Alright. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and put some gloves on. A couple things before we start. As always, make sure you cover your pull back your hair or cover it with like a cap or hairnet if you're working or if you're cooking for other people. Wash your hands. I wash my hands and I'm going to be using gloves. This is sticky. Make sure you have all the things that you're going to need. Work on a clean surface and clean up as you go. And as always, have fun. Alright, today what we are going to be doing is a heat source. Parents, you need to be doing this if you are working on a stove, even with a microwave, because this can get hot. So a heat source, I'm using this little burner. You'll need a pot, or if you're working with a microwave, just separate bowls. A pan to put your Rice Krispie Treats in. I have a couple of different bowls for my different flavors, for my different colors. A spatula, some butter, of course, your Peeps. We've got blue and yellow Peeps today. And then of course you want some sort of Rice Krispie treat. Okay, so for this we are going to need 2 tablespoons of butter. I might add a little extra to the pot, but before we do that, I'm going to take my butter and I'm going to generously grease this pan. And so that way when the marshmallows cool, they aren't sticking and you can get them out of your pan. You can use oil if you want. I just like the flavor that butter gives this. Nice buttery. I'm going to go ahead and take about 2 tablespoons of my butter and just kind of plop it in here. I've got this on a low heat setting, so it's going to go ahead and let that. I'm going to go ahead and spread this around. Alright, now that we have this generously coated, got my butter is melting. Go ahead and add this last little bit here. Let that heat a little bit more. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and pour about 1.5 cups of Rice Krispies into our bowls. And you can, I'm going to start with a little less and then add more if we need more. Our butter is all the way melted. I'm going to go ahead and add in our Peeps. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of scrape off the brown. Drop that in there. Scrape off the eyes and the nose, because unless you want the little dots in your Rice Krispies Treats. There's one package. And I'm only going to add half of this second package. So that'll give us a total of 12 Peeps in. I think I'll just mix my Peeps because I'm kind of looking forward to that green color. And if we need to melt more Peeps and there's not enough of the marshmallow mixture to hold the Rice Krispies together, you can always melt more. Alright, so there's half of that. I'm going to do 12 of the blue. This is the part that takes the longest, is getting all this melted down. And again, you don't want to put it on too high heat because you don't want to burn it. You don't want to scorch your butter or the marshmallow. Ooh, look at that, it's nice and gooey. All right. We're getting there. We just have to melt these last 4, and then we can very, very carefully add to our Rice Krispies. And always feel free to add a little bit more marshmallow or Rice Krispie, depending on how gooey or dry you like your Rice Krispie treats. You're almost there. We just got a few stubborn chunks. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and turn off our heat source. That is very, very important. And we're gonna go ahead and very, very carefully, adults please do this, is pour our marshmallow mixture right into our Rice Krispies. I'm going to start with a small amount and then add just a little bit more at a time with my Rice Krispies until I've got a nice consistency that I like. Oh, this looks to be a good amount. About 3 cups of Rice Krispies or rice cereal to 24 Peeps. Go ahead and make sure it's nice and mixed. Let it start cooling. And as you can see, maybe got that nice stringy marshmallow. All right. Now that I've got it pretty thoroughly mixed, I'm gonna go ahead and scrape the bottom here. I'm gonna take my pan. I'm going to start putting my Rice Krispies in there. Now, when you push it down, you don't want to press it too hard. You just want to lightly press it into your pan, so that way it doesn't get too compact and you get a nice airy snack. And just let that sit for just a bit while it cools and sets, and then you can cut it into bite-sized pieces, nice shareable, a couple. So I cut it into 9 different pieces if you want, or little tiny bite-sized pieces to share with a bunch of different people in your household. But while this is setting, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up, and then once they're set, I will meet you back here. Are you guys ready? I am so hyped to cut into these Rice Krispie treats. Let's go ahead and grab a knife. I'm using a butter knife, so little ones can do this with the help of parents if they would like to. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make cuts. Maybe 3 more cuts in this direction. Whoop, that side cut probably goes set a little bit longer. I'm gonna go ahead, I don't want to full one of these, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut one of these in half. Go ahead and pick my Rice Krispie treat up. Ooh, look how gooey that is. Alright, let's go ahead and give it a taste. Really good. Very sweet, but very good. So good. Alright, I hope you guys enjoy these just as much as I do because they are delicious. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye for this week, and I will see you one more time this month. Bye!